With just a few days left after 4 tumultuous years in power, Donald Trump has just become the first president in US history to be impeached twice. Members of the US House of Representatives have formally charged him with inciting insurrection after last week's deadly assault by his supporters on the Capitol. The impeachment vote was to decide whether or not the president should stand trial. The answer was yes. He will now go on trial in the upper house, the Senate, though it's not sure when. Donald Trump is one of just 3 presidents to be impeached, and now the only one to be impeached twice. The vote took place in the last half hour, and North America editor John Sopel has the very latest on this extraordinary development. John.
Sophie, this time last Wednesday, there was a riot going on in Congress. Today, Donald Trump has been impeached for a second time. This time next Wednesday, Joe Biden will be president. Whatever Donald Trump hoped would be his legacy, it can't have been this. As a real estate developer, he loves seeing his name on tall buildings, on the Trump Tower on Fifth Avenue, the Trump Hotel in Washington, the Trump golf courses in Scotland. But now his name will be forever linked with the Congress and Capitol Hill, and for all the wrong reasons.
On this vote, the ayes are...
The moment when Donald Trump carved himself an unwelcome niche in American history, becoming the first president to be impeached twice.
Without objection, the motion to reconsider is laid upon the table.
As dawn broke over the nation's capital, the place was somehow unrecognizable. The landscape had changed. It now feels like the front line, a garrison town, with the elegant marble corridors, a barracks. The Civil War president, Abraham Lincoln, looking down on resting servicemen. But impeachment 2.0 is different, very different. For a start, the US Congress, where this is being heard, is also the crime scene, where the Trump-supporting mob descended last week.
Almighty God, wield your sword and penetrate the confusion and discontent of our country.
And this isn't about some call to a Ukrainian politician. This is about an assault on the sacred heart of US democracy that Donald Trump is charged with inciting.
The president must be impeached, and I believe the president must be convicted by the Senate, a constitutional remedy that will ensure that the Republic will be safe from this man who was so resolutely determined to tear down the things that we hold dear and that hold us together.
This was not a protest. This was an insurrection. This was a well-organized attack on our country that was incited by Donald Trump.
Last time round, every Republican voted as a bloc to back the president. But now they're splitting 3 ways. There are those backing his impeachment.
Today we make history forever, so choose well. A vote to impeach Donald Trump means years from now you can look your grandchildren in the eye and say, I did the right thing.
The gentleman's time is...
There were those questioning the impeachment process, but not backing Donald Trump.
We need to recognize we are following a flawed process. We need to recognize that people of goodwill can differ. We need to recognize that while the House may be done with this matter after today's vote, it will not be done for the country.
And a few whose support for Donald Trump is undimmed.
Today, the second annual impeachment of President Trump isn't really about actual words spoken at a rally. No. This is all about, Madam Speaker, the unbridled hatred of this president.
The president made his first foray out of the White House yesterday, warning somewhat ominously that his supporters would be very angry if impeachment went ahead. But today a new statement issued. In light of reports of more demonstrations, I urge that there must be no violence, no law-breaking, and no vandalism of any kind. That is not what I stand for, and it's not what America stands for. I call on all Americans to help ease tensions and calm tempers. Thank you. Today, Airbnb announced that it was cancelling all bookings in Washington for next week. Some hotels are doing the same to stop potential rioters coming in. The Capitol is becoming a citadel. And just on the security situation, there are now more troops deployed in Washington, D.C. than there are US troops in Iraq and Afghanistan combined. So what happens next? Well, the trial will take place in the Senate, and Mitch McConnell, the current Republican majority leader, says it's not going to happen before Joe Biden takes over as president. So there's going to be some delay. And that will raise the question in many people's minds, well, what's the point of going ahead with this if Donald Trump has already left office? Well, one is it could debar him from ever holding office again. But the point that a Democratic congressman made today when asked that question, he said, yeah, it may be late, but it is never too late to do the right thing.
Our North America editor John Sopel in Washington. Thank you.